Well, 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 look what's on the workbench today. We have the Main Street USA by Lego Disney. This is set number 43302. Contains 3,899 pieces. Retails for $399.99, and the set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, what can I say? This is very big, although the backdrop of this box looks dark and gloomy, but it looks like we get to build ourselves, well, Main Street. We also got various characters and Disney figures and all that stuff. So it looks like we got a lot of stuff going on here. And I wonder how much of this stuff is stickered up for the price. Well, we'll find out eventually, but I have a feeling. And here's the minifigures on the top of the box here. Obviously we get Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and a few other characters. Some of these I've never seen before. I probably have and just long since forgot. Well, I mean, we got a lot of figures there, so I don't know how many there is, but, well, don't worry, we'll take a closer look at that in a later segment. But here we have the Main Street, and so it looks like an over-glorified Lego City set because the back is open. I was hoping for more, maybe a modular style. Maybe they fold up, we don't know, but it looks like we just got ourselves an open back special here, so probably won't be able to put this in a city that easily. And we got some measurements here. See if I can read that off. So obviously it's 28 centimeters tall, or 11 inches. We have 79 centimeters, or 30 and a half inches long. Well, hoping I can fit it on this table, because this table is only 24 inches. So it's going to be extended out really long here. We'll see how that goes. But just from first impressions, I mean, it looks like we're going to get a playable model, but for the price, I better not see stickers, let alone this open back stuff in here, because that's pretty pricey just for a very large playable model. We don't know yet. I haven't even built it yet, so I can't judge it by just looking at this. Okay, very rarely ever use a box cutter, but looks like tonight we're going to have to do this. And you know, this is a bedside unboxing. That means I'm doing this right before I go to bed. You know, if I'm off for the weekend, you know, still got to get up early and do chores, and I can never get this last spot here. And yes, for those who don't like my hands in the way, I'm sorry. Of course, I have to say that because on the second channel I tend to cover the builds from time to time. But you're not missing much. I'm just trying to cut the tape open. Okay, this is very big. I was either going to do this in the other room, but everyone's asleep and I don't want to wake anybody up. Alright, so, oh, we got some other goodies in there. Well, well, yeah. You know what I'm going to do here? You know what I'm thinking of doing? Let's just drag it all out. Obviously there's 28 bags. Well, it got surpassed by 32. Now, I'm not going to be focused on getting these in order right now. Right now, we already know that there's 32. There's still 32. The beauty about my unboxings is I do it crude, and we get to see exactly what's in the set. How many other guys do this full length? Not a lot. 26. That doesn't do me any good. Well, we now know there's 33. Okay, something's going out of focus here. Stay focused. There we go, camera. There's a lot of white on this table, and it's trying to focus in on something. Okay, so far we know there's 34 bags. Okay. I gotta get that out of there. Let's see here. Well, obviously it's not a birthday cake, because my birthday's long since passed. I am going to keep the box as a holding tray. Alright, I'm going to have to put these back in the box. There's just so much up here right now. I'll go through them later, but I kind of want to see what's in here and see what we got. Yeah, on this channel I like to do the full unboxings. Some people may never get a chance to get this set, and there's not a lot of people, to be honest, who literally document this stuff. You know, it's all about let's speed through it. No, I want to document the experience to show you how much experience or how much fun I'm going to have here. This might be a good box to pack up some Christmas gifts in. Well, it's not no cake, but we already know there's 34 bags. I just heard my air conditioner flip on. It smells like brand new Lego parts in here. Oh boy. Now I will spare everybody the thing and we'll just do this. I'm just going to dump them in there because that is what I'm interested in. Okay. Lego, that's sloppy having that packed at the bottom. Something to get lost there. Oh, there's another one. Be careful. You may want to check your box. Although I can use those for curtain rods or something. You know how I am. Okay. Well, let's throw all these in here. So you get 34 bags, supposedly. I got to figure out a way to divide that up to make that more. Hey, at least it's not like that Pokemon Trio set where we had literally hundreds upon hundreds of bags to go through. I mean, literally, what was it, 65 bags in that set? Well, this one only had 34. So just a little bit over half. All right. Okay, let's see here. That's one. Always check your envelopes as you may have stickers. And well, let's just do the other one. Maybe this is a group build. The box did say it goes from 3 to 6 build, or 1 to 6 builders. So this is definitely going to be a good collaborative build for a family. It'll be a good group build. Boy, that one was glued in really good. Well, I see stickers. For $400, I shouldn't see any of that. Well, let's see the damage. Oh my goodness. Are we serious, Lego? I'm not trying to complain, guys and gals, but we'll take a look at that in a second. But for this price, I shouldn't see any stickers at all in here. Or anybody says, well, Jay, you know, yeah, no, it shouldn't be stickered. So it looks like we have 3 phone books and a little pamphlet. So it looks like here, it looks like we get to build, we have 4 building guides. And let's take a look at the stickers in here. Now, I understand that you need stickers for languages and stuff because it would be costly to print all these out in different languages. Okay. But most of the stuff, like the flags, this stuff should have been printed. I don't understand that at all. It's like this. You know, and I'm known for that. I'm very picky on things. And that Lego could have just printed this stuff out. Would have been a lot nicer. But I'm at least showing you get three sets of stickers. They don't look all that bad. I don't see anything round we got to put on. So it's, I mean, at least it's not like a friend set where we're getting like 10 binders of stickers. But honestly, though, let me get these more situated here. As you can tell, though, looks like we're getting like 4 individual sets in here. You know, I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on here. And honestly, that's not too bad. You know, you got the stickers, you got everything here. Now, how many brick separators. Remember, the trio set actually came with 3. And I got to spend now a million years trying to figure out which booklet has the parts list. And we'll find it eventually. It's going to be in one of these here. Alright, well, let's take a look. Well, it only comes with 1. Wow. I thought maybe this would come with like 100. And a base plate? How often do we see base plates in any modern Lego set? I know I haven't in a long time. Let's see what other kind of parts you get in here. Now we're just taking a look at the parts here to see what we have. Yeah, you got a lot of parts. And, you know, for some who've asked, where do I get all my pieces from, you know, like reference material for parts, I save all my building guides because this is a good way to get parts for your mocks and stuff, is from building guides like this. Or you can scour a pick-a-brick if you choose. But yeah, you get several pages of parts, and look at all the white parts in there. I mean, that's a lot. Oh yeah, we're a long ways away from that, I'll tell you that much. But I could tell you right now, just by the unboxing, we're going to have a little bit of a treat here. I think this is going to be a fun one to put together. I just I'm rather disappointed so far. It's going to probably be open back. It's going to be stickered. Basically an overpriced city set. I mean, we don't know yet. So if you want to see me assemble the set in several installments, head over to my second channel. I'm going to dump all these in a playlist as I build this. Then we'll come back and take a complete tour. First, let's start with our minifigures. So here we have Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and they both have nice printwork for their torsos. Obviously they have single-sided heads, as well as taking face plants everywhere. Fine, we'll just take you two out here then. And here we have the fire truck driver, or coordinator, depends on how you want to look at them. And then you have the Emporium cashier. This is the popcorn vendor. And here we have the Dapper Dans, if I'm saying that right. Not too bad there. And then finally we have various part guests. Some of them have balloons and ice cream and all sorts of stuff. I do like these Mickey Mouse ears that they are wearing, which is really cool. And honestly though, they're a nice set of minifigures, nice print work for their torsos. And yeah, now let's see if you two can behave again. Put you right back here. Next we have the popcorn and balloon wagon or cart. And yes, you see correctly, those are all stickers except for the little popcorn box. That's pretty cool. I do like how they use these little holder pieces on top to give it a little character. Also got the balloons here. Not too bad. And there's a lever here that you can press that you can make it look like there's real popcorn in there. Isn't that cool? And it obviously is scaled for minifigures. Now, this should have been attached better because this just falls down. But yeah, but as you can see, it works very well. Now we got all the kids buying all the balloons and the adults. Looks like the adults want the balloons more than the kids. But yeah, looks pretty good. Next we have the fire engine that's more or less like a trolley than anything else. We're going to take a quick look at everything here. And look, Lego even used a normal size steering wheel for this model. And yeah, looks really good. Looks like we only have the ladder on the one side. I guess that's all that matters. And yeah, we got a place to sit for passengers. And well, since I had the fire chief with the popcorn cart, we'll have the popcorn lady. We'll have her take a. She'll be the driver today. I got to make these as cringy as possible. See if I can get her to sit down in there. There we go. So it works pretty well. And we can have some passengers sit. Let's grab a couple of them here. I mean, we got to have some that will spill the sticky stuff all over the seats. Making sure I grab the right ones here. We don't come with a lot of park guests. Now, as far as for children, you could stick them in that crack there. That'd be fine. And if you got a dress, well, you're going to have to stand up. I think she belongs to the Emporium. So we'll just put this one right here. So yeah, more or less though, you can sit figures in here, and it's a nice little ride. Here is Main Street USA all assembled. As you can tell, we have plenty of minifigures, accessories, and of course we have the Emporium, Crystal Arcade, and the firehouse with Walt Disney's apartment. Well, we're finally at Main Street USA. As you can tell, it's a very long build. I think it's about 30 inches long. Pretty long. It wouldn't even fit on my workbench. But I'll see if I can get everything right here. So this is the Emporium. And this is the Crystal Arcade. Of course, it just says it right there. Of course, we got the little firehouse with Walt Disney's apartment on top, and as you can tell, there's plenty of detail in this. And yeah, yeah, it looks pretty interesting, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. And here we have the interior, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. So in the bottom right here we got the little fire station. It does come with the fire pole, and then Walt Disney's apartment here. And then this is the interior of the arcade, and we've got a lot of these little lamps in here and chandeliers and lots of things to do. So in the interiors of these, there's a lot of features packed in for just basically half a build. And over here we have the Emporium, which is more or less like a gift shop. And there's just lots of stuff to look at, just plenty of things. And this is one of those sets that we just have to take a closer look, so we're going to do just that. So we're going to start with the interior of the fire station. And yeah, as you can tell, it's obviously not deep enough. So there's the fire truck. Yeah, I think Lego kind of missed on that one, but I think this is more or less for decoration. And I forgot to mention the fire pole with the bucket there. That does fall off very easily. Here is the interior of Walt Disney's apartment. A lot of places to sit. Got a little piano, curtains. I mean, there's just a lot of detail packed in here. And yeah, apparently this window fell out of here. The build quality on this, I'm just going to be honest with you, just stinks. We'll get into that into the review here. But yeah, this is more or less like a wannabe modular here, or a city set trying to be a modular building. So here's the top portion of the Emporium, or the arcade. Now honestly though, there's a lot of detail in here. A lot of this stuff is stickers, and for $400 I was expecting a bit more printed stuff. But as you can tell though, there's a lot of detail in here. And it's playable too. Just wish the buildings were a bit more finished off like a modular. And finally we have the Emporium. So now I got that part right. And yeah, you got shelves that like to spin around so the kids can walk by and spin those real fast and knock the merchandise off. And little cashier's counter and stuff. And I like the micro builds on the second story. And yeah, you do have a lot of chandeliers in here too. There's a lot of things hanging all over the place. which makes this a really nice classics set to explore. And yeah, we've got a little video camera there. It's mostly just eye candy. That's what this is. It's also, like I said, it's a playable interior. But as far as for, you know, the quality of it, I'd say it's just more or less average. Here's the outside of the fire station. And these front doors do open up. And yes, that fire truck can go in there, but as you saw with the close-up tour, it barely even fits on the base plate. You know, yeah, this could have been planned out a bit better. We've got a nice little tree here, and this does come off fairly easily. Matter of fact, the whole thing comes off, so if you need something to transplant in your city, there you go. And I've knocked this thing down so many times, like I'll just barely look at it and it'll fall off. And yeah, I kind of wish all this stuff here was printed, but well, I don't want to spoil that. Over here we got a little bench in the corner, it's hard to get to. Several trash cans to promote not littering in the park, which is cool. I like the flags on the light poles, but these are obviously stickered. In fact, these parts right here are the only ones that are printed. Imagine trying to put those on. It just says Crystal Arcade. I didn't really see any arcade machines in there. It's just more like another gift shop. But I mean, look at the detail on the exterior. I mean, it looks like a modular. It looks like you're getting a full modular build. It just looks really cool. It's just like eye candy. You know, and here we have the Emporium. I like the roof detail. Now, let's see if I can get this over here. Kind of wraps around this edge here. I'm not used to doing sets this big, well, long. At least it's not a tower. And some of the glass pieces unfortunately came in scratched. Matter of fact, a lot of them did. So that kind of ruined the flavor on it. But as you can tell though, it's nice, bright, and colorful. It really is. But the most important thing is, did I enjoy assembling this set? Was this something I was interested in? Well, here are my thoughts. Well, let's start the review with play value, and as you saw with the interior as well as all the accessories, it is a playable model. There's access to all interior spaces. In addition, we have the popcorn cart, the fire engine, and plenty of minifigures and accessories to go along with this. So there's just lots of stuff to do here, lots of rooms to explore, and the bright colors just pull you into the build. This just says, this looks fun to play with. Now, build quality is another issue. This is average at best. We're talking best. A lot of things can fall off, like flags. This tree here could come off, as you saw in the demonstration. These lampposts may flake off, but a lot of these pieces, you know, they're just barely tacked in. I've had this tower here come off a few times by handling the set, moving it around. I'd say it's very delicate, as well as some of the interior pieces. So this one here I'd say is more or less a Lego City set trying to be a modular. It's not built very well. So if you're getting this set, just be careful with it. Now, obviously it's too big to put it on a turntable, so you're going to have to move some parts around. And like I mentioned, these two pieces here are connected with two friction pins. The best thing to do is move it in sections. Don't try to move it in big chunks, as you're going to have a lot of issues with that. So yeah, it's the quality on this is just average, nothing special, but the set does use a lot of interesting building techniques throughout the whole construction process. But just be very careful with it. It's not the most stable thing in the world. Now, on the other hand, my build experience was excellent with this set. This one did keep my interest throughout the full entire construction. I think it was just use of bright colors, the accessories that came with the set, and just the building techniques in general. So you're going to have a very fun time putting this together. Now, in addition, up to 4 people can construct the set, as each building is in its own build, as well as the accessories are in its own bag. So there's a lot of stuff you can do here as a family project. So I'd say between 3 to 4 people can comfortably put the set together. Or if you want a challenge, you can put it together yourself, but it's not really fun. I wouldn't advise putting this together yourself and try to do a marathon. Just pace yourself with this one. This is a set here that you could really enjoy putting together just by taking your time. So I had a lot of fun building this model in general. Now, sadly, the set does use a lot of stickers. There's 3 sheets in total. Stickers weren't too terribly bad, but it can get exhausting at times. And seeing that this is a $399.99 set, or $400 pretty much, this stuff should have been printed. And it should be built better. I'm not displeased with it, it just... Lego missed this one. I think they could have done a lot more with it. I think these will look good as separate modulars, and you could purchase a modular, the one piece you want. It would look good in a Lego city, but unfortunately you couldn't put this in a city anyways. It's incomplete. Now, in addition to that, a lot of the transparent pieces came in scratched, and for the price of the set, I should not have seen that at all. That was really ridiculous, especially if you watch the Build Installment series. There's a lot of the parts in here that come in scuffed. And yeah, I know, it's a children's toy. That's the way it is. There's going to be stickers. Well, for this price, it just didn't feel custom enough. It just felt like I was just sticking stickers everywhere, and it was just... They weren't bad. They weren't difficult to put on. They were spaced out pretty evenly, but it was just more or less a sticker book at this point. But as a set as a whole, I got to give it a 5 out of 10. It's a bust for me. The packing quality on this set, the build quality was the things that hurt it the most. Now, it does come with the Brick Separator. It is a collaborative build. Those things are saving this set, as well as the minifigures and accessories. It's like the popcorn cart and the fire engine. You could put those in your city. These you'd have to finish up the back. You may have to buy a whole set or 2 just to complete this, because there's not even roofs on any of these. You're going to have to do a lot of renovations to make this even a modular. I just think it was just a missed opportunity here. And I mean, overall, I'm happy with set, but as for the set as a whole, it just wasn't my thing. I mean, I enjoyed building it. It was just a lot of open space and things flaking off. Just did it in for me. But honestly, though, if you're looking for a good family project to put together, and you're willing to look past those issues, and hopefully your parts come in a lot better condition than mine did, it's not a bad set, especially for a family build. And honestly, I enjoyed putting this one together. It was just the other parts I just can't look past. But I enjoyed it. But tell me what you think.